Femoral triangle is a space in upper one-third of front of thigh as a triangular space. The boundaries are: base of triangle is formed by the inguinal ligament. This inguinal ligament attached to the anterior superior iliac spine and the pubic tubercle. Medial boundary of femoral triangle is formed by this muscle. This is adductor longus muscle, and the medial border of adductor longus, this is medial border, it is forming the medial boundary. The medial border of sartorius muscle, this is the medial border of sartorius, you can see it, this is a long ribble like muscle, it is forming the lateral boundary of femoral triangle. And in lower part, where the medial boundary and lateral boundaries meeting together, forming the apex of triangle. Now the roof of femoral triangle, it is formed by the structures which are covering it. These are skin, then we have the superficial fascia and deep fascia. In superficial fascia, in roof, there are the structures which are present are the branches from ilioinguinal nerve. Here you can see the superficial inguinal ring. This is the superficial inguinal ring, and the emerging structures, spermatic cord and ilioinguinal nerve. Branches from ilioinguinal nerve are present in roof. Then the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, which accompanies the upper part of artery, femoral artery, and then pierces the femoral sheath and forms content of roof. Then here also present the superficial inguinal lymph nodes and also the cutaneous vessels. These are the great saphenous vein, and its tributaries, you can see some part of it has been cut. Superficial external pudendal, superficial epigastric and superficial circumflex iliac, and their accompanying superficial arteries which are branches of femoral artery. This is femoral artery. This great saphenous vein, you can see it is draining into this femoral vein. So these cutaneous vessels are forming the content of roof. Now in deep fascia, which is the fascia lata, you can see this is the fascia lata. It is also forming the roof, and in this part here present an opening in this which is known as saphenous opening, present about 4 cm below and lateral to pubic tubercle. Here lies the pubic tubercle. Now the muscles which are forming floor. From medial to lateral, you can identify that this is adductor longus muscle. Lateral to it, this muscle is pectineus. More laterally, here is the psoas major muscle. You can see a whitish tendon of psoas major. Then most laterally there is iliacus muscle. So muscles in the floor, I am repeating again. This is adductor longus. This is adductor longus. This is pectineus. This one is psoas major, and this is iliacus muscle. Now the contents of femoral triangle, the main contents you can see from medial to lateral, these are femoral vein, femoral artery and femoral nerve. The other contents are the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, which runs along with the artery, femoral artery. Then the nerve to pectineus, which arises as a branch of femoral nerve above the inguinal ligament, passes behind the femoral vessels and reaches to the pectineus and supplies it. Then the lateral angle of femoral triangle is also crossed by a nerve which is lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. This is lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. It is also forming content. Now we will talk about the femoral sheath. Upper 3 to 4 cm of femoral vessels. This is femoral vein and this is femoral artery. Upper 3 to 4 cm is covered by a femoral sheath which is formed by extension of fascia from the abdominal wall. Anterior layer of femoral sheath is formed by extension from fascia transversalis, which is present deep to transversus abdominis muscle of anterior abdominal wall. Posterior layer of femoral sheath is formed by fascia iliaca, and laterally and medially both these layers meet. Lateral wall of femoral sheath is vertical, whereas medial wall of femoral sheath is oblique. It is directed downward and laterally. Then in the lower part, femoral sheath merges with the connective tissue around the femoral vessels. Now femoral sheath can be divided into three compartments. This is lateral or arterial compartment, which contains femoral artery or femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, and intermediate or venous compartment, which contain femoral vein. Then we have medial or lymphatic compartment, which contain lymph nodes of Rosenmuller or Crockett, and also contains some lymphatics and areolar tissue. This medial compartment, which lies here, it is also known as femoral canal. This femoral canal, in lower part, which forms apex, it is narrow. In upper part, femoral canal is wide at base. The base of femoral canal is also known as femoral ring. Now the boundaries of femoral ring anteriorly is the inguinal ligament. You can see the inguinal ligament. It is forming the anterior boundary of femoral ring, which is present here. The posterior boundary of femoral ring is formed by fascia covering pectineus. The lateral boundary of femoral ring is formed by a septum separating it from the venous compartment, and medially the boundary is formed by the lacunar ligament, which lies here at deeper level. Now this femoral ring is covered by extraperitoneal connective tissue, which forms femoral septum, which in turn covered by parietal peritoneum, which forms a depression over it and known as femoral fossa. Now this femoral canal is a site of potential weakness here, from which the abdominal content can bulge out and they can herniate and causing femoral hernia. The contents passes through the femoral canal, then they passes through the forward through the saphenous opening, which is present here, and then they passes upward along the superficial epigastric or superficial circumflex iliac vessels, and a reverse course has to be followed to reduce it. Sometimes during strangulation of hernia, medial margin of femoral ring is cut, which is the lacunar ligament. It is safe most of the time, but sometimes when here lies abnormal obturator artery, which is formed by anastomosis of pubic branch of obturator artery and pubic branch of inferior epigastric artery, cutting of it may cause alarming hemorrhage. This femoral hernia is more common in female due to their wider pelvis and a smaller size of femoral vessels, which also causes a bigger size of femoral canal. So it is more common in female. Now we come to the femoral artery and its branches. Femoral artery lies lateral to the femoral vein. It begins as a continuation of external iliac at the mid-inguinal point and enters into femoral triangle. This mid-inguinal point is point between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. So their midpoint is mid-inguinal point. Don't be confused with the midpoint of inguinal ligament. Now this continues downward and a little bit medially, where from behind it is crossed by the femoral vein. So femoral vein lies medial to it in upper part. In lower part, femoral vein crosses it from behind, and at apex the femoral artery lies superficial and behind it lies femoral vein. Deep to the femoral vein there is another artery, you can see here. This is the profunda femoris artery, which lies deep to it. So superficial to deep at the apex lies femoral artery, femoral vein, and the deeper most is the profunda femoris artery. Now after crossing from the apex, the femoral artery, it is continuous in the adductor canal. This part is adductor canal, here it is passing in the adductor canal along with the vein, and where the artery is medial and vein is lateral to it, and then it leaves the adductor canal by passing through the hiatus magnus, which is a tendinous opening in this muscle. This is adductor magnus muscle, and the tendinous opening in this muscle is hiatus magnus, at which point it is continuous downward as popliteal artery. Now the branches of femoral artery, there are 3 superficial and 3 deep branches. About superficial branches we have already talked about. The deep branches are the muscular branches, which supplies the muscles. Then we have deep external pudendal artery. So here you can see there is an artery which is arising from deeper side. This is deep external pudendal artery. It passes medially, superficial to this muscle, and supplies the external genitalia. Then we have the third branch, which is the profunda femoris artery, which is largest branch of femoral artery, arising from lateral side of femoral artery. It passes downward, then behind the femoral vessels. Here you can see this is profunda femoris. It is passing behind the femoral vessels, and it also leaves the femoral triangle by passing deep to this muscle, which is adductor longus. Here you can see this is adductor longus muscle. Deep to adductor longus, another muscle is lying here. This muscle is adductor brevis. Deep to adductor brevis, a thick bulky muscle you can see. This muscle is the adductor magnus. Here is the adductor magnus. So adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus. This another muscle is gracilis, which we will see in the medial compartment. This is profunda femoris artery. It is passing deep to the adductor longus, and it is continuous downward. So above it runs between adductor longus and adductor brevis here, and then it runs between adductor longus and adductor magnus, and in lower part it pierces adductor magnus and ends by anastomosing with the upper muscular branches of popliteal artery. Now the branches of profunda femoris, these are medial circumflex femoral and lateral circumflex femoral artery. Here you can see this is lateral circumflex femoral artery. Here you can identify this is femoral artery, continuation of it, profunda femoris artery, and this one is lateral circumflex femoral artery. Now the medial circumflex femoral artery here, it is arising from the main trunk of femoral artery, which is less common, and here it is passing in between the pectineus and the psoas major muscle. It is going deep. This is the medial circumflex femoral, which is the main supply to the neck of femur also. This is lateral circumflex femoral. After arising from profunda femoris, here it divides into three branches: the ascending branch, the transverse branch, and the descending branch. Ascending branch runs upward towards the anterior superior iliac spine, where it anastomoses with the superior gluteal artery, the superficial circumflex iliac artery, the deep circumflex iliac artery. And the transverse branch, it runs transversely. It pierces this muscle. This muscle is the vastus lateralis. You can see this is the vastus lateralis, and this transverse branch here, it is passing through the transverse vastus lateralis, piercing it, going at back of thigh, where just below the greater trochanter it forms cruciate anastomosis. Now next we have the descending branch of lateral circumflex. It runs downward, and along the anterior border of vastus lateralis, it is also accompanied by the nerve to vastus lateralis. Here you can also see the nerve along with this. So this is all about the artery. L2, L3, L4 spinal nerve. After a short course of 2 cm below the inguinal ligament, it divides into anterior and posterior division. The anterior division of femoral nerve, it has one muscular branch and two cutaneous branches. One muscular branch is to sartorius muscle. This nerve is supplying to sartorius. This is the sartorius muscle, long ribbon-like muscle, longest muscle of body, and this is nerve to sartorius. Other is the medial cutaneous nerve of thigh. This is medial cutaneous nerve of thigh. In the lower part of femoral triangle, it crosses the femoral artery superficially from lateral to medial and passes medially. Then we have the intermediate cutaneous nerve of thigh. This is the intermediate cutaneous nerve of thigh, and it is also branch from the anterior division. It pierces the sartorius muscle and then supplies the skin in lower part. Then we have the branches from the posterior division. From the posterior division we have one cutaneous branch and all other are muscular branches. The cutaneous branch here you can see, this is the saphenous nerve. It is arising from posterior division. It runs downward in the adductor canal and then it leaves the adductor canal by piercing the fibrous roof of adductor canal. The other are muscular branches. Here you can see this one is the nerve to vastus medialis. This muscle is vastus medialis and this is the nerve to vastus medialis. This is the vastus medialis, this is vastus intermedius, this is rectus femoris and this is vastus lateralis muscle. So the other branches here you can see, this is nerve to rectus femoris. All these are muscular branches are arising from the posterior division. So that's all for this video. Thank you.